Welcome to File Permissions within Linux. My name is Nedi and let's begin. First thing I want to talk about is authorization levels. There are two kinds of levels in Linux. First, the ownership, and second, the permissions. The ownership will tell us whom the file belongs, and the permission will tell us what you can do with the file you have. So now let's explore the ownership types. There are three types of ownership in Linux. First, user, second, the group, and the last one, other. The user is one that created the file and the file belongs to him. That means he has full permissions. Next one is the group that allows us to manage, add and remove permissions from multiple users more easily. Changing the group permissions will apply to all its members instead of changing them one by one. And finally, the other. If there is any user that doesn't belong to any group, it will be referred as other. Now that we understand the ownership types, let's step up into permissions. There are three types of permission in Linux. First, the read, that allows us just to read the file. Second, write, that allows us to change the content of the file. And the last one, execute, that allows us to run the program if we want to. Now, let's see some examples. If we want to see what permissions the file have, we can use the command ls-l. The letters on the left side in terminal will indicate what are the permissions for the current file. X stands for execute, that allows us to run the file, application, or whatever that you want. R stands for read, W stands for write, and the dash stands for no permissions at all for the current user. Now let's look this example from my Ubuntu machine. The every three letters refers to some ownership type. First is owner, second group, and the last one is the other. The first char in the string represents if it is folder or a file. D represents a directory. Dash represents a single file. Now, let's assume that you are the superuser and you want to alter the permissions. There are two ways to do that using the command chmod. First, the absolute, that use numbers to represent permissions. Second one, symbolic, that uses chars. We will cover the symbolic method. Let's dive into symbolic mode. Plus allow us to add permissions. Minus allow us to remove a permission. Equal override the all permissions. Now A represent all, O represent the other group, G represent group, and U represent users. Here we can see the process of changing permissions to single file. In this example, I changed the permissions to other group. Let's see. First, the permissions were just read, followed by null and null. That means just read. Second, I changed it by chmod following O equal rwx, followed by nedi.ter, that's the file name. What this command means is change the permissions of others to read, write, and execute, and override the old permissions. Next, I listed the files again, and as you can see here, the new permissions are read, write, and execute. They change from just read. Now, you can change the ownership of file by the command chown, the name of the user and the name of the file. The same is for the changing the group, as shown down below. The command, the username, and the file name. The command, the username, and which group you want to, and the file name. This video made by Nedi. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you, please push the like button.